I'm not a monster. I'm just ahead of the curve. Oh my goodness. So I put out a video a couple of days ago in regards to my grievances of the good, the bad, and the ugly of Spider-Man 2. It seemed to get a lot of traction. A lot of people, cried and screamed about it. And ironic enough, David Jaffe, okay, game designer of some great titles such as God of War, Twisted Metal, put out a video which is almost a one-to-one to the video that I put out in regards to PlayStation and Spider-Man. And the gist of his video, I suggest you go and check it out, is that, hey, the game looks fun. The game looks good. I'm going to play the game. He's going to play the game. I already have I pre-ordered the, special collector's edition. It's Spider-Man. It's going to sell. That's what's going to happen. It's going to sell. So you can't use the sales as a reflection of the stagnant gameplay. And that's what it is. That's his main gripe, is that, hey, when it comes to innovation, when it comes to gameplay, it's a spectacle. A lot of the stuff that they showed, the gameplay, it's a spectacle. It looks good, right? If we were in a movie and we saw Spider-Man, holding on to the lizard, going up a building, we'd be like, yo, this is amazing. But as far as gameplay-wise, as far as he says, a human agency or player agency, the interaction of me picking up the controller, there's nothing going on. It's extremely limited.
You cannot help but love the presentation. But abstractly, if you look at it at a game level, it's not really asking you to do all that much more in a unique player agency way. Like even this scene here, which is, if this was a movie, we'd be losing our shit, because as somebody watching this scene, you're like, holy cow, that's a cool idea. That's awesome. And I don't know how your brain works, but when I'm playing these sequences, I don't have the mental bandwidth to really appreciate it in the way that I am when I'm watching the sequences. So when I'm playing it at an abstract level, I'm just like, push the stick left. It's like Crazy Climber, right? Push left, dodge a thing falling, push right, dodge a thing falling. When there's an opening, do my attack. Up, spider sense, push down. Then left, there's a thing falling. This game is amazing at a presentation level, but at a gameplay level, we've done it. And it seems like so much of Sony's bread and butter formula is about presenting the game as this amazing movie.
All we're doing is pressing circle. That's it. When it came to Miles Morales and him going away, getting chased by the lizard, it's circle. There's no reason to go left and right. There are no obstacles there. It's circle. And that is the problem in a nutshell, because he's saying, I get it. There are going to be people who are going to enjoy that. But the problem is that there's competition. And this is something that I love, is competition. Because when there's competition, that forces people to do better. All right? You either float or you sink. And when you have a Baldur's Gate, when you have a Tears of the Kingdom, when you have games like that coming out, and then you juxtapose it with the Spider-Man 2, it's night and day.
Formula's getting stale, and maybe it's because we have had a year of such top-tier game design superstars. If you look at Tears of the Kingdom, if you look at Baldur's Gate 3. So when your palate has gotten used to those flavors and your palate has kind of matured,
Sony is not going to be able to keep this up. You can't do that. You can't keep showing me a great cutscene, but all the gameplay I'm doing is circle. It's not going to happen. You're going to get BTFO. And when people ask me, oh, well, Lucas, what do you want? Okay, what do you want? And it's very simple. I want innovation. I want better gameplay experience. That's what I want. All the little things that they've added thus far has been from fan requests. That's what it's been. I want to see Insomniac do what they have done with the Ratchet & Clank series, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. That's what I want. And when it comes to innovation, the best example I can give you would be for Spider-Man 4. Ironic enough, if you can believe that. Because you have to understand, Spider-Man 1, okay, to Spider-Man 2 to Spider-Man 3, very big jumps. We went from Spider-Man 1 swinging in the sky to now attaching to buildings. That's a sequel. Do you understand? That's a sequel. With the balloons, the pizza, everything that we love. The chase scenes. Do you understand? If I'm not mistaken, that all started with Spider-Man 2. Everything that we have currently is just an updated version of Spider-Man 2. We're still doing chase scenes, chasing people. They haven't innovated or done anything new with that. It's the same thing. And he even goes on and shows when it came to Uncharted 4. That scene with the chase was amazing at that time. It is now 2023. If I were to show you that scene, it would still be good. It would still hold up, but you're not going to get that ooh and ah, because you want to know why? Because we've been desensitized. Because the bar of excellence has constantly gone higher and higher and higher. Just like with everything else, when it comes to the graphics of a 2000 or 2016 game, probably good. You can get the best there was. But if you compare it to a game now, it's night and day. So constantly achieving for more and more and greater, which is it's hysterical. It's honestly ironic because their whole tagline is be greater. And I'm like, okay, if you're about be greater, then do that with your games. Do that with Spider-Man. And that's not to knock Spider-Man. It's going to be fun. People are going to have a fun time. It's going to be fun. For example, as I said when it came to Spider-Man 4, the gameplay, the leaked gameplay. There is a mechanic in the game where you're webbing down a helicopter. I kid you not. This was back in, I can imagine, a decades ago. This is what they were doing during this time. This is the prototype of Spider-Man 4. Webbing down a helicopter and going on the helicopter and, getting the person out of the helicopter, whatever. I don't know what the full idea or concept was, but we hadn't done that before. We haven't been able to web down a helicopter. This is almost reminiscent of the first Spider-Man trailer, where he webs the helicopter in between the Twin Towers. They were going to allow us to do that along with probably other mechanics of the game. That is something new. That is something fresh. That is something that we haven't done before. And that is game design. That's what you want to give your players, a new experience. Not just seeing a cutscene and pushing circle, dodge, circle. We need to be able to do bigger and greater things. And that at the end of the day is what many people want for Spider-Man or want for a title. We saw what Rocksteady did with Arkham series. We want that, or at least I want that for the Spider-Man series. That's what I want for that game. I want them to get to that caliber and increase it. What was cool back in 2018 is no longer going to be impressive in 2023. And that's what they have to keep in mind. And I think they can do that. I know they can do that. But, there seems to be a cult of mediocrity. There seems to be a cult where people are just happy. Just whatever they give them, they can rationalize whatever they give them. Oh, well, there's a buffer between Spider-Man and, the ground. Well, he's swinging 8 years. Why would he touch the ground? Right? There's certain things like that where they just rationalize away certain shortcomings of the game that could be improved. And they just rationalize it because, I don't know, like I said, it seems to be a cult. And I'm just glad to know that, hey, I'm not crazy, right? I'm not crazy. That David Jaffe can see the shortcomings of what Sony is putting out, of Spider-Man 2. That if they don't change it up, they're going to be left behind. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Lord, why are you always complaining? Just be happy, okay? The game's the greatest ever, okay? The traversal web rings is all amazing. Or if you can't believe, yeah, I agree. It's good. It's good. But we're still treading on the same stuff that we did in previous games and in the last one, all right? They need to give us something new. That's what they need to do. Not a new paint job, not a new, the same finisher or a new finisher. We want new mechanics for the game to be improved and to be updated. That's what we want. We want innovation. I don't know why that's so hard, because that's how we got to where we are right now. Nevertheless, if you happen to disagree, well, you're more than welcome to call in during disagreement days, which are typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You can call in. We duke it out. Either or, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. That fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing.
So when your palate has gotten used to those flavors and your palate has kind of matured,